Hey, what's up guys, this is Astranox and I'm back with another Epic 7 video. So in this one I got Alexa 4-star with 5-star Mistychain and 6-star Taranor Guard and 6-star Angelica tanking. So let's see how this battle ended up like. So you see the damage from Alexa is really high. It's really high and I'll explain why in a second. So yeah, 4-star Alexa. I'll show you the gear at the end for the whole team. Why would you use her in Wyvern 11? Well, if you apply 3 debuffs or more against a Wyvern, well, in Wyvern stage 11, it will do much less damage to you, because when you apply 2 debuffs or less, it does greatly increase his fireball attacks, which attacks you 3 times in a row. It attacks your frontline hero, and if your frontline is dead, it's gonna attack a random hero on the backline. So Alexa, she has 2 poison effects that can last 2 turns. Just out of that, that is 20% of the Wyvern's health if they all tick, because poison effect deals 5% of the target's max health and damage. Not only that, it's 2 poison effects that will help you achieve 3 debuffs or more. Now Mistychain, she's got the attack down debuff and she has the unhealable debuff, so that's 4 debuffs right there. And then you add Taranor Guard, he has defense down debuff, so you're at 5 debuffs. So the uptime of 3 debuffs or more is very high with this team composition. You just need to make sure you actually have effectiveness, and having attack down debuff cuts the Wyvern's damage in half, well, approximately, which allows, well, in my case, Angelica gives her plenty of time to sustain herself, and it's much safer. Now if you combine 3 debuffs or more plus attack break debuff, the Wyvern will deal almost a third of the damage it was doing before. Now I didn't get lucky with applying debuffs, but let's see. There we go, perfect. Angelica is gonna go. Prophetic Candlestick on Angelica is always amazing. Now the Wyvern's gonna go in barrier phase, dealing damage to everyone, removing all debuffs applied on itself. But the damage from Alexa comes out of the Daydream Joker, because it deals damage based on the target's max health. And if she's using skill 1, she is attacking twice if she lands a critical hit. So you get her to 85% crit rate, and you're getting a 15% crit rate boost whenever you're fighting a target that is, when you're at elemental advantage, you're getting a free 15% crit rate. So look at all these debuffs. If you get to barrier phase with your whole team alive, let's say you're using this similar team, your Angelica is going to be able to top herself off, or at least heal herself quite a bit. You have plenty of time to apply debuffs, and yeah, I mean, it's, look at that. Just look at that damage. She's 4-star. It just goes to show you the power of oh my god. What even happened there? What? I guess she did apply her yeah, she did apply her poison effects, all both of them, and they dealt 20% of the Wyvern's damage, be it during barrier or be it on against the health bar. It's beautiful. Like Mistychain talked about her already in the previous video. She was the spotlight for the video. But yeah, I mean, if you work on getting gear for Alexa, she doesn't need to be 5-star or 6-star. Just put gear on her, have her quick, have her with 85 crit chance and as much damage as possible, with some good speed, and get close to 55% effectiveness. More than that is will not help you, so she can land those poison debuffs. But Daydream Joker is huge. The fact that she's double attacking with skill 1 is massive. And yeah, just running a bunch of debuffs. I talked about it for so long. Talked about the power of Mistychain and the power of Alexa as well. Of course, Taranor Guard, you guys saw him in pretty much all my Wyvern videos. I've been using Taranor Guard since the global release. I've been using him since I've been doing Wyvern 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, now 11. And yeah, I mean, he's just great. He's only a 3-star. Alexa, everyone can get her from the connection. Mistychain, with some luck, you'll be able to pull her. She's only a 3-star. I still don't have a Kyrus for some reason, after over 100 days played since the global release. Of course, Angelica is going to be the biggest problem. She's going to be the hardest hero to obtain. If you don't have her, just save all your mystic summons. Just wait for her to appear in the rotation, and then just go crazy.
Emergency! Emergency!
But I'm really liking this group composition. Almost want to at least 5-star Alexa, maybe even 6-star her, because yeah, I think even in future content, when they release higher stages of Wyvern, and I mean there's other areas where she could shine, but of course you wouldn't build her for stuff like PvP. She wouldn't be optimal there. But I mean, you could use her, it's just there are better heroes. Who knows, maybe in the Abyss 90 floors that they're gonna release, she can be used in some of these floors. Of course, there's the whole elemental disadvantage. If you're fighting Earth, you got a 50% chance to miss your attack, and if you do miss, you cannot land any debuff, you cannot crit, and you're only dealing 75% normal damage. So if you're still having issues with Wyvern 11 that is, you could run a team without... Oh, there goes Angelica, but it's barrier phase on the next one. Now, will they break it? The thing is, Wyvern gets more and more attack from this thing. Increase attack after attacking, the effect can be stacked. You do notice the damage increase from that buff. Every time after each barrier, the Wyvern is getting stronger, but it says each time the Wyvern attacks, so it could be that every time it just uses the fireball, or does the tail swing, or if you fail to break the barrier and the Wyvern does the AoE attack and then strips all your buffs and then hits you with that massive shockwave that deals a huge spike damage. Alexa, again, look at that. I know there's no attack buffer in my group, but wow, I knew she would deal a ton of damage. I did move my Daydream Joker from Taranor Guard onto her, and I gave Taranor Guard the Daydream Joker that's plus 15 enhancement. The one that's plus 25 is on Alexa. Mistychain, she's hybrid, like you can't expect her to deal insane damage, but she's only a 5-star. Like imagine if my Alexa was 6-star, imagine if Mistychain was a 6-star. But this is just to show you that you don't need to invest a ton of resources to 6-star heroes. You could just like 5-star Alexa, 5-star Mistychain, and well, Taranor Guard you would need to yeah, to 6-star him, because he definitely needs that attack. But I mean, you could maybe it depends. If you're lucky, you could manage to do it with a 5-star Taranor Guard. You're gonna need some crazy gear though. But yeah, look at how much damage Angelica took. But all those debuffs and the attack down debuff, it's all helping her able to survive until the next barrier and the next barrier and the next barrier. And yeah, I mean, the Wyvern gets stronger, the Wyvern gets more attack, but with the attack break and the 3 debuffs or more, it's making you able to sustain all that damage. Skill ups first. No Luna, not in that one. So Taranor Guard, like his skill 2 is not even maxed. I mean, Taranor Guard is gonna be another hero that you have to hopefully be lucky and get him. It could be possible that you don't get him, but you could use Mystic Summon to summon for him, summon for Mistychain or Angelica. I mean, Alexa is for free. So yeah. Skill ups for Angelica, Mistychain, and Alexa. There's no skill ups for them. There is no skill ups. So the gear. Let me show you Alexa's gear and her stats. So I got her at 84% crit chance. She's just 1% shy from that sweet 85% to that becomes 100% chance when you're at elemental advantage. So ice versus fire. Yeah, her speed, I'm not running her on a speed set, but if you can manage to hit 85% crit chance on a speed set and as much crit damage as possible, that would be the way to go. My necklace is not even plus 12. It's not plus 15. My ring is plus 9. I mean, there's still room for improvement. This weapon is actually very good. I was lucky to roll these stats. This helm is only item level 55, aka tier 4, but it rolled full offense stats. Well, not full offense, it doesn't have percentage attack. But wait, you cannot roll percentage attack on a helm, I believe. And the chest piece, I mean, I could have went with like the crit chance and crit damage are useful, but the health and effect resistance are a waste here, and it mostly rolled there. So you could go crit chance, crit damage, speed. Speed is really like gonna help you out, and effectiveness if you're not at 55% yet. I'm at 43%, and I would definitely it would be definitely helpful to have that 55. But also you could skill her up here and get that thing to 100% chance. But to be honest, it's already at 80%, and when you fail to clear the stage, you don't lose your energy, so you can just try, you know what I mean? Especially if you are having difficulties, you cannot clear Wyvern 11, just try. Maybe your success rate is gonna be like 50%. Let's say at the start you have a success rate of 25%, but that stage costs so much energy to run, and especially if you're a free-to-play player, you won't have an unlimited supply of energy, like sky stones that gets converted into energy. That's what I've been doing since the global release. And look, I'm at 832, and that's mostly from just arena, but on average you can get about from what I've been hearing, it's like 6,000 sky stones if you're in a good league in PvP in arena. And if you like log on all the time, you get all your sky stones from your sanctuary. And of course you do the events, like you have to do all the events to get all the sky stones, but that is after you're done with adventures. After you're done with grabbing all the rewards from the adventures, let's go back at the top. And all the abyss, my abyss is all cleared, so there's no more sky stones from there. Stats. Just pause if I went too quick. I mean, life still is not required on Taranor Guard. Of course, like running something like triple unity sets would be really good, but I mean, the lifesteal set is useless unless your frontliner dies and you're getting like Taranor Guard is getting focused, which he could still survive. It did happen a few times before, like Mistychain applies attack down debuff. There's or just attack down debuff. Taranor Guard can survive the triple attacks. Or if you have 3 debuffs plus attack down debuff, part of those 3, or you have more debuffs, the Wyvern damage is, like I said, about like a third or maybe a bit more than that. But it's definitely helpful. And then with the lifesteal set, he can heal himself back up until the Wyvern attacks again. But that's a very rare case. And like I said, if you wipe, if you fail your run, you can just retry and you don't lose energy. So just bank on those runs where, let's say, you were able to manage to have a very high uptime on those 3 debuffs, especially attack down debuff, and I mean you were able to break the barrier. Now if, let's say, I failed to break the barrier and the Wyvern went into did the area attack and remove all my buff, and then it did the huge spike damage for this, because it deals 2 attack on the shockwave part, you need like 700 defense and 7,000 health, about that amount. That is if you fail to break the first barrier. And then if you fail to break the second one, you're gonna need higher survival stats, and if you fail to break the third one, you're gonna need even higher survival stats. But I mean, if you get to that point, you I believe the debuff stays on the Wyvern. So if you manage to apply attack down debuff on the Wyvern during barrier phase, that shockwave its damage going to be cut in half. And there's nothing about the Wyvern losing the debuffs on itself if it goes into that fail to break barrier attack. So yeah, you have plenty of time during barrier for Mistychain to apply attack down debuff. So yeah, you wouldn't have to worry about it. But if you're running a 4-star Alexa, of course, like having her at 5-star is gonna be pretty important. Unless you would have her, you would need her at 5-star bare minimum. That is if you have attack break debuff on the boss. And if you don't have attack break debuff, attack down debuff, if you fail to break the barrier, 5-star Mistychain, 5-star Alexa is going to be bare minimum, unless you were very close to killing the Wyvern. If you were very close, then it's like you might lose these 2, and then like Taranor Guard might finish the Wyvern. So yeah. But if, let's say, you have a low success rate on Wyvern 11, and you want to increase that success rate, I would definitely build Mistychain and Alexa. I mean, Alexa, there's no excuse. Everyone has Alexa, unless you did the connection and you just fed her to another hero. But yeah, Alexa with Daydream Joker is extremely strong. Like, you saw the damage numbers, they're ridiculous. Even when Taranor Guard dual attacks multiple times, or even because like Taranor Guard, when he procs a dual attack, he gets attack buff. And what's been happening is that I've been fighting with Taranor Guard and Luna, even though Taranor Guard has higher skill ups than Luna. I showed all these items. Just pause anyways. Yeah, I've been fighting with both, and players were like, people in the comment section, they're like, Luna is supposed to be like much stronger than Taranor Guard. But what happened is that some attempt Taranor Guard was proccing dual attack, but look, I didn't have attack buff. in the team, and he's getting attack buff when he triggers a dual attack, but Luna wasn't getting attack buff, so you have to remember that. And like their stats are pretty similar, but look, I mean, he's +5 here. That's the, like when he dual attacks or he just attacks, his skills are off. That's another thing. You need to turn off Taranor Guard's skills, because this is not going to work against the Wyvern. In all stage of Wyvern is immune to combat readiness reduction. So you definitely need to turn off Taranor Guard's skills. And Luna only has +1 on this thing. But of course, I mean, Luna, if you have her, like, use her. But to me, Taranor Guard is better at keeping defense down debuff. Yes, hers last 2 turns, right? But let's say you like go in barrier phase, you need that defense down debuff applied ASAP, as fast as possible. And Taranor Guard is really good at that. Not only like he might attack, but he might trigger a dual attack and just apply defense down, which is really great. So yeah, if I had the skill ups on skill 1 like Taranor Guard, she and let's say there was an attack buffer in the team, whoever it may be, Luna would be winning all the time, unless Taranor Guard went on a crazy dual attack frenzy, you know. All right, so yeah, that's it for this video, guys. If you're still struggling, like I said, like follow what I said, and attack down debuff. Try to get 3 debuffs on the Wyvern as much as possible. Poison debuffs on Alexa deal 5% of the target's max health. Daydream Joker deals damage based on the target's max health, and it scales off of your crit and crit damage. So that's why you want as much crit damage on Alexa as possible. This is only +15, 2.3%. And Taranor Guard has 174% crit damage. Like, imagine if he was like on destruction set, or if he was on a speed set, he would go more often. But since he's triggering dual attack all the time, like, speed doesn't matter as much, but it's definitely helpful. Like, you could go on a triple crit set on Taranor Guard and go with a crit damage necklace, because I'm using a crit chance necklace, and of course he would end up dealing more damage if I had all these items available to me. And then, where is she at? The Alexa is like 2.7% of the enemy's max health when attacking, and you see her crit damage at 215%, so it's definitely dealing more damage. And she keeps on attacking twice with skill 1, because it says a critical hit will grant an extra attack, can only be activated once per turn. And yeah, I mean, she's double attacking. You could turn off her skills, but then she wouldn't use the poison effect, and it can deal 20% of the target's health if you apply both, and of course they last 2 turns, unless the Wyvern goes in barrier phase and just wipes out all the debuffs on itself. But let's say you're manually, let's say you're at really low CP, you could do this with probably a team with like 120k CP. If you manual this and you don't get unlucky with applying debuffs and all that. But yeah, I mean, I could talk on forever about all this stuff. I definitely want to try out a different group composition that doesn't involve Angelica. It's just like right now I need to just like get a knight powered up. I'd like to build Crozet. I mean, I was working on Tywin, but then like if I make a video with Tywin in front and like Ether healing, people are gonna say I don't have Tywin. Well, Crozet is to me, he's better because he has I believe a bit better defensive stats, but his skill 2 applies a barrier on the lowest health ally or himself. That scales off of 15% of his max health. You turn off his skills because skill 3 is useless. You cannot reduce combat readiness of the Wyvern. And he has attack break on skill 1, which is 50% chance without skill ups, and it becomes 75% chance to be applied for 1 turn with skill ups, and attack down debuff is super strong, like you saw. So I would definitely build him up. So yeah, I'll see what I can do. And yeah, that's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm Astranox. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. Press the bell icon if you'd like to be notified whenever I release a new video. And check out my other videos. Bunch of guys, gameplay videos of all sorts. They should be on the screen right now. Actually, they're going to be all Wyvern 11 gameplay videos and with guides and tips. If you want more information about the fight mechanics, in my earlier Wyvern videos, I talked about them, but this was mostly about spotlighting Alexa and talking about this group composition. So yeah, good luck with the farming, good luck with the drops and the summoning. I'm out for now. Peace.